All right. Hello, everyone. We're all doing good today. Recalc logarithms. No one's answered it. They want someone to check their answers, especially to 8. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of questions here, but I think a lot of these are going to be quick. 1 over 32, they get -5. That looks perfect. That's ln e to the 5th. It is 5. I don't know if their work is right. Why would they have 10 to the y? Do they think that maybe it might have gotten ln mixed up with just a log with no base? It should be e to the something equals e to the 5. So let's actually make a note of that. Okay, it must be part 3 if this is 4 right here. So 3e. 3e. Correct result, but incorrect work. Actually, I should just... So for part 3e, you got the right answer for the wrong reason. ln is log base e, not log base 10. So your setup should have been e to the x equals e to the 5, which still gives x equal 5. Okay. And then log base 5 of 1 is 0. Okay. I'd rather putting y. Either it's just a very weird x, but either way, the actual letter doesn't matter, I guess. Part 4, point 8, 3 is on the graph. F of x equals log base 2 of x. Determine the coordinates of this point under the following transformations. Oh gosh. So for 3 log base 2 of x, you do just take the y coordinate, multiply by 3. Log base 2 of 4x. Dude, we did a log transformation problem last week, and it messed with my mind, and this one is also going to mess with my mind. Because the point 8, 3, if you're multiplying the x by 4, that's a horizontal contraction or shrinking? Let me look this up again. Just adding 2 to the y value. What do you mean multiplying 2 to the y value? No, you're right. It would just be adding 2. But it's not necessarily, like, you need to track the 8, 3 point. And if it gets shrunk, I think we need to divide the x coordinate by 4, potentially, to track that same point as it gets transformed. Because the phrasing of these types of questions always messes with me. Plus instead of multiplying. Yeah. You're correct about that. That's not, but even that, it's not necessarily helpful for tracking the 8, 3 point. Like, trying to actually simplify it, I feel like might throw it off. I just want a table with the rules. Here we go. Okay, B, this coefficient here, is a horizontal stretch or compression. If B is greater than 1, it does compress.
Always remember.
Drew got first.
You're last.
No, but it 8, 5. It's not the same point. Well, but you can make that argument for literally every transformation though, Jed. You need to track the actual 8, 3 point, and its x value is going to change as you do this compression. It's not just whatever happens to be at x equals 8. It's yeah, no, like the record shows that your was first. I don't. It's really weird, and it bends my mind because it seems like a. I don't know why they like make this distinction so much in these problems, but if we have just good old log base 2 of x, and we look over at 8, 3 or close enough, if we stick the 4 in front, base 2 of 4x, this 8, 3 point is now, I think, divided by 4 because it's a horizontal compression. So it's gotten dragged over to the left, and I assume by a factor of 4. So it would actually be over here, turn into the point 2, 3. Like if you were to gradually do like, go from a coefficient of 1 here, and do like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and you just like gradually bring the two graphs closer and closer together. If you track the same point, or if you chose like that one 8, 3 point and track that as move with each thing, I think it should shift all the way over to x equal 2, I think. But I really hate these questions because I don't see the utility in like knowing that, I guess. Ready for your questions? Oh, did you make 3 more? Sure. So actually, actual math questions. Sure. I've seen these questions before, and I don't think that's what they want, Jed. Determine the coordinates of this point under the following transformations. Well, I mean, to be fair, they actually did exactly what you did. They just added 2 to the y value. Or something like this, Jed. If you have a reflection, you can't take the same x values. I guess you could reflect the x values, though. I think nothing, but I think teachers still like to ask about it anyway. I think it's a stupid question, but teachers ask it to their students. Let me copy this so I don't lose it, and I just want to see if anyone else has beat me to it. Okay, not yet. So, Spectry, I'm good. How about you? How was uni? And for the fact that x equals 8? So I have to go over a small presentation for tomorrow. Oh, cool. For what subject? Can't argue that the point is a certain distance from one end of an infinitely long line. That's true. Oh, you bought it. If you try it, let me know what you think. Because I'm still thinking I might want to get it on stream at some point. Or, or maybe I'll play it off stream too, but like, I downloaded the game a few months ago, again, wanting to pick it back up, and I still haven't. So, okay, let's look at part C and see if that kind of jingles any bells, I guess. So here we're reflecting x, and so if we want to log base 2 of minus x plus, was it 9 or 6? 6. So here we've flipped it, and we still want to check that same 8,3 points. I think here we can keep the x as the same, except we stick the minus sign in front. So for here, I would agree that we would do -8 for our x now, because we do have to change that. And then we add 6, whatever we happen to get. So I think -8, 9 is good for what the person said. You'll test it as soon as you have time. You start once the atmosphere is greater rate. Awesome. It's a very like unique game. I haven't seen one quite like it. How do we prove that a continuous function is Borel? No clue. Borel function? Okay, it is a real thing, I guess. Encyclopedia of Math. I never heard of this. English math is so much harder than German math. Are the terms easier to remember in German? Oh God, more sigma algebra. You tell me, yeah, it's true. I keep on reading that I'm the expert. Yeah, you know, for a master of languages like myself, it's kind of all the same. But you know, for the plebeians who aren't on my level, then you know, I can understand why German might feel easier. We're thinking Stukas. Okay, I have no idea what any of that means. Okay, so at least for part C, I agree. I mean, I guess for 4B, I think I'm gonna write my note about um x value would be 8 over 4 equals 2 to get the point 2 comma 3. But this type of question has always been weird for me, or weird to me. So if you've been shown differently in class, I would follow that. So I'm not gonna like tell a person confidently that 4B is wrong, so I'm really not sure, but I think it's possible. Minus log base 2 of x plus 5. Okay, so this, we flipped it vertically. We've added 5. Or the adding 5 moves it to the left by 5. Which I realized on the stream I moved to the right, but from my point of view, I moved left. So what would think I agree with your answer. Because you do 8 minus 5 equals 3. And you still get 3 for the y value. But you have to do a negative sign because there's a negative in front. Decimals, yeah, it's really nice for graphing things. It's a lot quicker than Wolfram. And you can like click on a point on the graph to get its coordinates and stuff like that. So it's a nice one. Okay, so let's look at part 5, or number 5. Logarithmic versus exponential. 4 to the 3 equals x. Yep. Log base e of 12 equals x. They could have written ln, but log base e is perfectly valid too, so I'm not sure it's even worth saying. 10 to the 5 equals x. Good. Good. Part 6. Oh no, more transformations. I guess I don't have to do it in order. Reflection across the x-axis. A vertical stretch. Wouldn't it be a vertical stretch? That should... Oh, yeah. That's a vertical stretch. Left 6 units. Is that down 7 units or up 7 units? That should be up 7 units, because for vertical shifts, you don't have to flip the sign. That's number 6. Give you mod if you prove the Riemann hypothesis. I wouldn't be able to know if you proved it or not, but I guess if there's like a news article or something, and you can prove that it's you. You know what? Sure, as long as you behave. Because the Riemann hypothesis is like one of the big unanswered questions, right? That might be one of the Millennium Problems that you get like $1 million for. I think the one is a shift upward. It's a vertical shift up. Not down. Okay, then for part 7, domain of each of the following. 2x plus 20 has to be greater than 0. So x has to be greater than -10. That looks perfect. They did a good job of flipping the inequality when they divided by a negative. So that looks good. Yeah. There we go. X squared minus 25. So this one's a bit trickier. They're saying x can't be less than 5, basically, and that seems right. Yeah. Okay, I like their answer for part 7. So at least a single money problem to become a mod, but 2 is desired. Yeah, ideally you do too. I doubt you could Spectry. You could try it, just like do like /mod and then Druha, I guess. I doubt it'll give you permission. I'm gonna do it if it does work, but I don't think it is. Unleash the beast. You don't? Oh, okay. There's a level above mod called editor. I wonder if an editor would be able to do it. Concentration of hydrogen ions H plus for vinegar is approximately that moles per liter. Determine the pH of vinegar given that pH equals minus log of H plus. You calculate around to the nearest tenth. I think they just do log base 10 of that and put a minus sign in front. Which we can do that too. 795 it was? 30795. Okay, hey, I got it right. Well, no, base 10 algorithm, please, Wolfram. You send the solution to the millennial problem that Jura sent to me. Yeah, Spectre, I'll give you editor. 3.1. All right. For 8, I get the same answer as you. Want to show a small Twitch trick? Okay. What's that? Can you VIP me shortly? It's a creative way to potentially get VIP, but I guess I don't see the harm. Is there a chat command to that, or I can click on your name maybe? I want to see Jed have to like make calls, and eventually he has to be wrong on a ghost, right? You solve the Colette's conjecture, and Don still wouldn't give me a save. that was a good one to choose. A lot of people try to prove that. Gonna stay in the truck and watch for orbs and dots. Just like Hardlocked when we were first playing. Solve it now, I dare you. There'd probably be some good money in it for me if I did. I guess to be fair, we were just like killing Hardlocked every game, so I wouldn't blame. Don't really blame him. You have to prove that this equals 1? Or show that, yeah, this equals 1. That's funny. I kind of want to try this. Oh, well, yeah. I assume that's over 16. I really hope that's over 16. So, oh. This reminds me of the one that Penn Center gave me. So what did this person do? So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of different ways to solve this. So this person grouped them up such that the angles add to 8 pi over 16. Oh. They turned the 7 pi into 8 pi minus pi. And actually, yeah, we can see from their continued work that they're all over 16. Is there a subtraction identity for cotangent? There must be, right? They're doing this? Oh wait, maybe they don't need to do that. Wait, how do they go? How do they make the claim that like each of these factors are 1? This is a pretty big leap from this step to this step, I think. At least I don't see where that comes from. Cotangent pi over 16. I just want to make sure that doesn't equal something obvious that I'm not remembering. No. Well, let me look at the They give an exact value. Oh, no, that's not very obvious at all, is it? So you could potentially do like a double angle. Okay, Oh, I'm sorry, Drew. I didn't even see that. So you want me to type what's written on my card in chat? Now my card says 9. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I also need the 3 numbers. You have cotangent pi over 2 minus theta equals tangent theta. But tangent of pi over 16 doesn't really help either. Like, could this be a thing? Wait, if you divided these top 2 identities, the universe doesn't have them. All right, it's fine. I'll just try punching them in and seeing if it works. Once the transaction comes through, I'll I guess you'll see the money in your account. But it says if you divide these 2 identities, do you? Oh no, it's one's a plus and one's a minus. I wonder if you would do it like that. Throw your 9 of spades. I see. That'd be funny. Like you go to like buy something expensive and you just hand them like you're like, oh, here's my card, and it's just like a playing card. Okay, this problem looks kind of fun. I want to try it. Cotangent pi over 16. Ooh, it's 16, I promise. So we go from pi over 16 all the way up to 7 pi over 16. Okay. Oh, why? I didn't give myself enough room to write all this. Wait. Plus 1. Okay. So what the person did in their work, it seems, is they grouped this cotangent pi over 16 with the cotangent 7 pi over 16. Excuse me, whiteboard. You stay up there. So that seems like probably a good idea. Cotangent 2 pi over 16. Cotangent 6 pi over 16. Pi over 16, cotangent. I'm just writing sloppier and sloppier. Oh my god. And then, wait, so that's supposed to be, oh, that is 3. I just wrote it bad. We just had the cotangent 4 pi over 16 on its own, because that's just cotangent pi over 4, and I assume it's unit circle. And so now we could do cotangent of theta equals tangent pi over 2 minus theta. I don't know. Cotangent pi over 16 times tangent pi over 16. And don't those 2 cancel? Ah, that's the trick. Okay. Because cotangent times tangent of the same thing, they equal 1.
They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said, welcome aboard.
That jump scared me so bad. The music in the background of that alert was like, thank you so much, Harlock. Oh my god. That'll pay for the freaking heart doctor I have to see now. That's too kind of you, Hardlock. Thank you so much. I think you just unlocked new emote slots for me too. Oh. Oh my gosh. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much. But you at least got a good laugh out of that too. My reaction. Hey, Rowdy. Oh, it's been a while. The answer is 7. Yep. How's it been? The baby is it next month, right? For the baby? Getting very close. You nervous yet? If you haven't been already? Probably next few weeks. Ooh, wow, it's exciting. You can babysit for me. um, but okay, I think the pattern that we just found here is going to continue for these two. Cotangent 2 pi over 16. Tangent 2 pi over 16. Cotangent 3 pi over 16. Cotangent 5 pi over 16. And the cotangent pi over 4. That is 1. No, yes, because it's x over y. The nerves are here but excited. Yeah, dude, at this stage in my life, I wouldn't want a kid, and I can't imagine like the emotions that um you go through, I guess, especially like as it gets closer and closer. It's an example of a Lebesgue measurable but not a Borel measurable set on your English class today. For an English class? Or just like a math class taught in English? No one understood a thing you said. Ah, okay. Oh, fair enough. But yeah, each of these terms equals 1. So that's how you prove that. That's kind of a cool trick. I don't know if I would have found that if I didn't look at the person's answer first. That might be a fun one to pass along to Penn Center and Highway. First child, man, I don't think you'll ever truly be ready. You hear from friends that when the first one is here, they feel like having a child is amazing. Yeah, like, I bet it's one of those things where like everyone feels different too. So it's like, it's hard to even know like how you're gonna feel until you feel it, I guess. So I really don't understand what this person has done with their work though. Sitting on math classes in Russia. See, how's life going for you? Uh, it's going pretty good for me. I'm pretty happy with how the stream is doing, and can't really complain otherwise. But yeah, I don't know. There's not too much that's new with me. Honestly, like I keep on wanting to do more DayZ, but like there's other games that I like keep on wanting to play too, and it's hard to get everything in that I want to get in while still doing my math. Have you been playing much? It's kind of like a dry spell right now for the maps with Azalea and Bitterroot getting delayed. You justify that cotangent like just a little bit. Try that new Scottish map the other day. Oh yeah, I was just this morning I went and saved that in my browser or my like launcher just so I could like remember to check on it and play it sometime. The server was empty when I checked it though, it's just kind of a shame. How did you like it? Pi over 16 minus pi over 16 is 1. Right, the playtest ended this morning. Oh dang, I didn't realize that it was just like a temporary playtest. 200 plus ping. Ooh, okay, that could be a little rough. Um, Identity cotangent theta equals tangent pi over 2 minus theta. Made a cool fellow from South Africa. Reducing for each other left and right. Oh, yeah. Dude, South Africa has to be one of the worst countries to game from. You're like no one has a server that's close to you. And I bet, yeah, you guys would have been super out of sync all the time. Cotangent pi over 16 times tangent pi over 16 equals 1. And similar for the other two. Let's see what this one is. Oh gosh. Let's go swims 22 meters across the middle of the dam. Anna runs halfway around the dam. So Anna runs half the circumference. Okay, such as pi times r. Okay. 2 times, oh, that's, I get mixed up with the commas being decimals. 2 times 3.14 times 11. And the radius is 11, so their work is right, except for a little arithmetic mistake. They should do 22 divided by 2. Should be 22 over 2 equals 11. Slash is the division sign. Don't know that kind of division sign. Keyboard. The reason that's the answer is because Anna runs around half the, because damn. And how should I explain this? The path is a circle that's been cut in half. We can find how far she ran by getting the entire length of the circle and cutting that in half. Length for circumference. Okay, I hope that helps explain it for the person. Help, please. Well, I wish they were a bit more specific about what they needed help with. So this can be a z-test because the sample size is very high. We can use z to, I mean, we don't have to know, yeah, a z-test. A z-score is z equals x minus mu over just sigma, right? Yeah, just sigma. Where x is the, oh, wait, this is proportions. Look at the meme I found. Let's see. All right, that's kind of a funny play on words. I'm glad you've come to terms with it. Oh, okay. That's pretty funny. The person's face at the end is what really makes it. Page not found. Mom. Why isn't there... Okay, let's look at this site. Yeah, it's just the standard deviation. Thank you. And even then, I was hoping to like find a site that would say it, so I don't have to do the formatting in a Reddit comment. I guess that works. Percentages. And thank you, Zone Ranger, and also hi. This website explains how to how to do a one portion z-test, including calculating the test statistic. You want the formula. It's like z equals p minus p0 over square root. I guess I am typing it out here, but I feel like this doesn't make sense. It's probably, this formatting isn't going to make sense to someone just taking a stats class. So that's why I want to provide the actual website that provides like the square root symbol and things like that. You hate presentations, I'd rather write an exam. Honestly, yeah, I feel that for a lot of things. Like sometimes a presentation could be easier, but who cares? There have been presentations where I've messed around a lot more, but for that one, oh, the class is probably 15 or 20 students. I think I was a little like nervous for that one, so I wasn't joking around too much. 1 in 20 lap ratio, yeah, basically. But I don't know, like, it also helps if you just like you make the joke in a really dry way and you move like right along. It's like that's also how I did that joke. Like I didn't even stop for an applause break or anything like that. Your last philosophy presentation just consisted of 6 memes about the corresponding philosopher. I mean, the memes are funny, especially if you have to do like a slideshow. Put some memes on your like title slide and maybe your next slide after that or something, or maybe at the end too. You can never sped read? For me, it also helps that like, or it helps me a lot more if I know the people who are in that class. And in a differential equations class, I didn't like I knew the people there, but I wasn't really friends with them. 6 times no laugh streak. Well, just don't become a comedian, I guess. Find the values of theta for which tangent theta over 2 equals negative 1 over root 3, where 0 is less than theta, less than or equal to pi, 4 pi. So leave a double angle here to get rid of the over 2, which I guess works. I'd almost rather do this backwards, though. So they make it where they just get the problem. The peasants in your class. Let's make sure they got the identity right. That's a good basic thing to check first. 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared. Okay, they did get the identity right. And they plug in theta over 2 for everything, which is good. Oh, and they get tangent theta over 2 equals minus 1 over root 3. Interesting. That seems like it boils down a bit too nicely, though. I want to pick it up from this step here in this little, like, fraction and verify that part. Two minus 1 over root 3 over 1 minus 1 minus. Wait. Also, that's 2 times, not... Okay, I was just thinking this formula seems off. 2 times that. Let me verify the identity again. You didn't get the buckle up joke? Oh, like, you know, if you say to, like, buckle up, it means, like, you know, get prepared for something super intense and crazy, but it was just me very dryly solving a differential equation. So I guess just being ironic. You know, so buckle up, it's going to get crazy. And then I just apply a series to a differential equation. It's a pretty fun technique, though. So multiply to that. 1 minus a third? Yeah, I think that's okay. You get minus 2 over root 3 over 2 over 3. Flip and multiply. You get 3 over root 3 with a minus sign, which is just minus root 3. Okay. I guess I believe you. I believe the person for that step. You're not confident enough for that. Presentations are your weak point. Chat, Don's doing brightest problem. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the joke right there. Yeah, hey. I guess you do need, like, some amount of confidence to get a joke to land, I guess. Or it's just, if you at least, like, fake it. What the heck am I... Wait, I'm pressing enter. Okay. Or is tangent equal to minus root 3? And actually, there might be a step here that's, like, invisibly... Like, the identity might have conditions attached to it for where it's valid. So that might be a possible source for wrong answers. But where is tangent equal to minus root 3? It's y over x. So you need a root 3 over 2 on top, like that. So like at 2 pi over 3, that should be an answer. What does this person get? 2 pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. Good. And then you just add 2 pi to each of those, I would think. Oh, wait. Oh, they do have to divide each side by 2. Tangent pi over 3, that is... Ooh, why does that happen? It must have to... the identity must not be valid for... every theta. There's a way to make that work? But honestly, how I would solve this problem is to try and do this to, like, can you just find where tangent equals -1 over root 3 and then divide whatever you get by 2? So, 5 pi over 6 should be an answer. So you divide it by 2 to get 5 pi over 12. Then 11 pi over 6 should be an answer. Well, but 5 pi over 6 should be an answer. But no, but theta is 5 pi over 12, though. So I'm still not sure what's wrong with their work exactly, to where they got that root 3 from. But how I would do this is just, instead of messing around with all that stuff, tangent theta over 2 is equal to -1 over root 3. Just look where tangent equal to -1 over root 3. I said 5 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6. So in this situation, we have theta over 2, though, so we need to divide, or we multiply each of them by 2. Oh, yeah, we do need to multiply by 2, not divide by 2. Oh, shoot. We're between 0 and 4, so we also need to add 2 pi to each of these. 12, 17 pi over 6. Because you add 2 pi, which is 12 pi over 6. Yeah. Add 12 to that, you get 23. Oops, not plus. Okay, and then you multiply each of these by 2. So you just make them over 3 instead. Just imagine, Don, you talking about some serious philosophical stuff. I can see you doing that. Theta equals 5 pi over 3, 11 pi over 6, 17 pi over... Oh, not 6. They're all over 3. There we go. I gotta imagine that's our answer. Then you need to tell about the metaphor including sheeps and a shepherd. So you just open a presentation page with a Minecraft screenshot. Dude, actually, I think the video just got posted today, but I started posting the VODs of me playing Talos Principle, and I photoshopped Roblox onto one of the computers in the game for my thumbnail. Would you rather be the funniest or the smartest person in the world? Yeah, I thought I was both, but honestly, I think I'd rather be the funniest. I think you'd have a better time. I think if you're too smart, that's just a burden. Especially if you're the smartest and everyone else is more stupid than you, and you like know that for a fact. Yeah. that method, I think it must have to do with the way that double angle identity is derived. It may not be valid for all theta. How I usually, hey Spurskin, do these problems is instead just look at where tangent theta equals -1/√3. Danke, ist gut. Du? It was -1/√3, right? Yeah. Which is 5/6, 7/6, 17 and 23. Instead of tangent theta, we actually have tangent theta over 2, though. So we have to multiply each of those angles by 2, since they'll get divided by 2 later on. Okay. Well, that helps the person. How hold am I? I'm very hold. There's a lot of talented heavy metal artists. I only know of Rammstein, but I really like them. Oh, they want to put a circle into their graphing calculator? It is possible, but you'll have to rewrite -1 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 6 in a form the calculator will understand. Calculator can only have an equation with y equals something involving only x. So if we subtract x minus 1 squared from each side. So, okay, so if we isolate y and subtract, or by subtracting x minus 1 squared from each side. Mathematic? No, I haven't heard that one. Oh, no, that's gonna get my VOD muted. We get y equals square root (6 minus x minus 1 squared plus 4). Let me do the plus 4 in front of the square root, because that'll make it more clear what's not inside it. That's something you can plug into your graphing calculator. However, there is a little trick here, which is that you'll only get the upper half of the circle with that equation. That's because when we square rooted, you can graph it parametrically. I didn't know my calculator couldn't do that. I don't think. Maybe it couldn't, I just don't remember it. Even parametric is probably a bit too far. Another person knows the TI-84 can. I don't know if I want to recommend that to them because they probably don't know parametric equations, but that is an interesting point. I was just wondering if you can still get the center to not be the origin of parametric equations, and I think you can, right? It's x equals root 6 sine t, and then you do, I guess, -1. Or x equals root 6 cosine t, and then close the parentheses, -1. Okay. So I'm still going to explain this as like the primary way to do it with manipulating the problem algebraically. But that is a good idea about parametric equations that I can mention. I just don't want to suggest something that they might not understand. Need a plus and minus. So you would need to graph both entire circle with this method. So is there a way that I can test this? Like, I assume Desmos can do parametric, right? I just want to test the equations that I would suggest. Let me just try it. X equals square root 6 cosine t -1. And just see like how it reacts to this. I don't know if it's going to automatically know it's parametric or not. Was -4? No. Huh. Parametric. Oh, you have to do as an ordered pair. I see. You have to do in brackets? I can't tell the formatting. Actually, maybe I don't need the x equal or y equals. Square root 6 sine t -4? Question mark? No? Have at least one condition. How do I add a condition? Using the inputs. Oh, regular parentheses rather than brackets? Okay. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that gives us a circle. Thank you. I just wanted to like see that for myself, I guess.
You are technically correct. The
thank you,
best
Harlow.
kind of correct.
-1 and -4. Oh, wait, I guess you need +1. Because the circle should be centered +1, +4. parametric equations, calculator could also use x equals... Wait, is it square root r or is it just r? I just realized I was assuming it's square root r. I need to circle parametric equation, or parameterization. It should be square root of 6, because it's r squared and x is just r sine t or cosine t. I'm pretty confident that part's right. It's fine. Square root 6 cosine t plus 1 and y equals square root 6 sine t plus 4. But if you don't know parametric equations, then I'd use the first method instead. There we go. Okay. We're starting to run out of math questions now. Let's see if we can... Here's one that was just posted. Let's see. Do they have to prove this? Do they have to solve this for R? What do they have to do here? I wonder why they covered up their work. I assume we solve this for R. And I don't think that'll be the hardest thing in the world, so let's try it. One over R minus 2 plus 1 over r squared minus 7r plus 10. So make sure I'm writing it down right. Equals 6 over r minus 2. Okay. So first thing, I want to factor that middle term. It factors into r minus 5 times r minus 2. So it multiplies to positive 10, adds to negative 7. Now I want to multiply everything through by r minus 2 to get rid of that, and I'll multiply by r minus 5 to get rid of that. Just get rid of all the denominators here. So the r minus 2's will cancel with all the terms. The r minus 5 is only going to cancel with the middle term. So we're going to have an r minus 5 there from that first one. This one will just be 1 because the entire thing will cancel, is equal to 6 times an r minus 5. Now we have a normal algebra problem. So r minus 4, when you do negative 5 plus 1, we'll distribute the 6. 6r minus 30. Subtract r, add 30, and flip it. 5r equals 26. Yep. 26 over 5. I wish that was a clean number, but I guess that's what we get. Let me plug it into Wolfram, because that feels a little bit weird that we get that. Can I please make some mistakes so you can farm saves and buy a car? You know, I kind of like people wanting me to make mistakes, because I'm sure I'm gonna... Or, you know, I usually oblige without even realizing it. Oops. 24 over 5. I did make a mistake, apparently. Where's my mistake? Did I write down the initial problem wrong? Oh, I did write down the initial problem wrong. Subtracted 1 incorrectly? No, I did it right. The problem was in Wolfram, I put a minus there instead of a plus there. So when I fix it and put the plus here, now I get 26 over 5. Ah, Alkalander beat me. Wait. Oh. I'm still gonna post here because I would take a different. I do like pointing this out, but I would phrase my answer a bit differently. So they said they've been stuck in this problem for a very long time. Any help? The first step I would do is to factor r squared, oops, minus 7r plus 10. After that, a good step is to multiply through by the denominators of each term to get rid of them. E.g., since there's r minus 2 in 2 of the denominators already, it's a good idea to multiply each side by r minus 2 to get rid of them. Okay, that's what I would tell this person to focus on first. Which one's referring to by 1 and 2? If measure of angle 1 is equal to measure of angle 2, which of the following statements is true? M and N should be parallel, I assume. Is there corresponding angles? Oh, so 1 and 2 aren't lines, they're angles. They're angles. One is the angle between M and K. 2 is the angle between K and N. First part of the question. Oh shoot, I really need the angle symbol. Angle symbol. Hopefully, okay, good. M angle 1 equals M angle 2 means that the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2. Wait, someone to Trino on board already? Oh, yeah. Winter Trino's cool, but it gets so cold that it's like, it's more making fires than actually surviving after a certain point. Are equal. A hint for how to proceed with the problem is to look at corresponding angles. Okay. So much stopping. Yeah. I do have a character going on there with a friend, and we actually managed to find a LAR on a heli crash, but we have nothing for it. And also, hey, Skirtle. Hope you're doing good.